All right, y'all ready?
We
No,
ready?
I need y'all to tell me you're ready.
We
Right.
ready. We
Okay,
ready.
okay.
We
All right.
ready.
Well,
We ready.
tonight we are going for another episode of us designing our solopreneur lifestyles, right? We're putting it all together. Tonight we're going to be talking about money management and business banking, right? So we're going to feature the financial category in the lifestyle categories. So tonight's agenda is how you can gain clarity in the six NYB lifestyle categories, your business mindset, the business purpose, and the business structure, how to manage your money, your time, and your energy, how personal and business credit can be to your success. And then the focus training tonight will be the money management and business training. And then we will close things out by letting you know how our community can support you as an entrepreneur. Let's get to it. For those of who don't know me, I'm Stephanie. I'm Stephanie Arcady. I'm the founder of NYB Lifestyle Services. I'm a solopreneur mentor. I'm a certified life coach and a podcast host. I usually don't like to read the list because it's saying a whole bunch without saying nothing. The bottom line is I'm hungry, I'm determined, I'm focused, and I'm not going to stop until I figure this thing out, right? And I'm definitely not going to stop until I help those that are on the same path figure it out as well. That's really all that matters. So now that you've met me, I want you to meet our community team, or should I say community leaders, right? There is Anya Lumpkin. She is our business strategist and structure queen. No pun intended, right? Clarity is one thing, but building a structure around that clarity is what makes it real, right? And there's no better person that take you through that than Anya. And
Thank
then Kimberly Connor, my fintech and credit expert here in the community, right? She helps people get in position financially, get in the right position for their success, how to use the tools to your benefit and take yourself to the next level. All right. So these ladies are here to assist me and they're here to assist you. And I'm internally grateful. All right, so let's talk about the MYB vision. It's simple. It's for me, for Anya, for Kim, and any other leader, because this is a collaborative thing, right? But we have a common goal, and that's our vision. And that's to design and deliver systems that empower solopreneurs to build a life and business aligned with their purpose. What are you doing all this for? What do you think God called you to do? Right? And a lot of times we're not in the position to follow that or to do those things. And everybody that's here has taken that chance to bet on themselves. And my vision, even more simply put, is your success. All right. So I'm gonna ask a dumb question. How many solopreneurs do we have in the room? We got some solopreneurs up in the room. All right, all right. It's a struggle. The struggle is real. It's real. When we started our businesses, we was looking for more money, more time, more freedom. But at the end of the day, that's not what we always get. Now, we know that things happen in seasons. There's a season where you are planting, there's a season where you are harvesting, there's a season, sometimes there's a season of drought, a season of gathering. So things change. So yes, it's not always going to be peaches and cream, but there's the struggle. So I want you to look at these pictures and I want you to put in the chat which one you feel is the heaviest on you right now. Would it be the CEO? Would it be the visionary? Would it be the marketing campaign director? Would it be the receptionist? Would it be the mail lady? Will it be the presenter, teacher, and educator? Which one of these do you feel spread thinnest today, right? I want you to think about that. But we're going to talk about tonight is her. We're going to talk about the financial strain that solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, small business owners go through. And there's a lot of different reasons why that's the case. So we're going to get into part one. So we got three parts. We got clarity, business, and community, right? Part one is about the clarity. Designing your solopreneur lifestyle or your ideal lifestyle, it takes clarity. Because if you don't have, okay, I'll give you the perfect example. You're putting together a puzzle. If you don't have the picture, how do you know where the pieces go? If you don't have a clear picture of what it's supposed to look like when you get done, how do you know where the pieces go? That picture gives you clarity, right? You have something that's directing you. And it is crucial for entrepreneurs to have clarity that they own, not that somebody told them to have, but clarity of their own so that they will commit to it. They will stick to it, they will commit to it. Um, Clarity is super important. And here in the NYB lifestyle community, we get our clarity by breaking things up, by breaking our life apart. Let's go back to that puzzle, right? These are our lifestyle categories and divisions in the NYB lifestyle business, right? There's foundation, which consists of your vision, your health, your vision, your physical health, your mental and emotional, your intellect, and your character. And last but definitely not least, spiritual, right? All of those are yours. No one else can impede on any of those categories, that you are completely responsible for those, and they all go under personal growth. Because when you start growing, no matter what it is, if it's your intellect, if it's your health, if it's your mental, when you start growing in any of those, your personal growth shows up, right? And then there's relationships. We're not ever meant to be alone. And relationships are the glue of this entire world. We're here to love one another. And when you can find people that you can get along with on a family or a friend level, and people that you can develop with on a business or, collaborative level, it's the better your relationships, the better your life. Then there's financial. Financial touches everything. We say money's not everything, but it touches everything. But when you have a better relationship with money, then you'll look at money a little different. Then there's business. Business is the vehicle. It's not the destination. It's the vehicle that gives you the ability to serve that person and solve that problem, helping them and ultimately helping yourself, right? Then there's quality of life. It's the whole reason why we're doing things, vacationing, kicking it, having fun at the pool, living life, enjoying life, actually remembering what you did yesterday because it was worth remembering. Quality of life, that is your environment and your possessions, right? And then contribution, that's our legacy. Whether you do your contributions every single time you walk into a church, or you do your contributions because you're supporting an organization, whether you loan money to your friends and family, there is power behind contribution, because when we give, we make room to receive. Money likes to move, it likes circulation, right? And when you hoard it, you cut off the circulation. Simply put. And we do that, your design map using the 5D philosophy. This is it right here. And then you see these arrows in the middle because they're all intimately interconnected. When one raises up, they all feel it. And when one is out of whack, they feel that too, right? So Even if you only chose one section to put a whole lot of time in for the next 6 months, it's gonna improve the rest. I promise you. So what we do to get clarity first and foremost is the my beginning assessment, right? This assessment is you taking a closer look at your life, being honest with yourself, and gauging how you feel about this area of your life and this area of your life and that area of life, right? But let me give you this disclaimer, or let me prepare you. When you start the assessment and you start going through that journey, because whatever lifestyle category you feel like you want to work on, there are books and videos inside of this course that will feed those things, right? I want you to forget every mistake, wasted time, lost opportunities, hurt, regret, abandonment, whatever it is, just forget it because it's happened and it's done. And it can't go with you to the next level because it won't let you go to the next level. It's going to hold you back, right? Okay. And then I want you to remember who you are. I want you to remember who you are and why you chose to go this path. You can go to work. You know what I'm saying? You can go to uh a job and do your thing. You don't have to struggle. But when you have clarity, knowing that the struggle is the pathway you have to go through to get to where you really want to go, is different, right? If you know the terrain, it's a different experience. When you don't know the terrain, it's scary. And we here in our community, we want to come together to reduce that fear that we all feel, including me. But the fear doesn't control me. I acknowledge it, but it doesn't control me. But I want you to remember. So I want you to assess with honesty. I want you to forget the BS. I want you to forget anything that doesn't serve you. And I want you to remember who you are. Now we're going to get into part two. Part two is our business as a vehicle, right? If the business is the vehicle, who's driving? You are. And that's why personal development is so important because you have to be the person that can handle this machine, right? And then how you put it together, you get to show your style, right? Do you want a stripped down factory car where there ain't even no buttons to turn on the AC? You had to include that when you purchased it. Or do you want a fully loaded, your favorite color, brand new tires, lights with your name on it, your bossed up license plate? That's you putting your business together. That's you putting your life together. And when someone is on the outside looking in, they can see what you've been doing. They don't even have to talk to you. They can see what you've been doing. You've been minding your business. You've been minding your business, and it shows, right? So business is just a vehicle. It is not the destination. All right. So we are going to talk to our business strategist. I love Anya. This is my girl. She is so detail oriented. She has a eye for detail. She has a mind for structure. She has a mind for systems. She's gonna show y'all some stuff. I hope you have your paper and your pencil. Take notes. She don't talk super fast, but take notes. And those that are in the community, you will be able to catch this recording, or watch this recording again. But Anya, I want you to take it away.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. I just wanted to come on real quick and let's give it up for Stephanie. Drop some hearts in the chat. She is an incredible host, mentor, friend, sister, businesswoman, and I absolutely adore adore Stephanie so very much. Very fortunate to have her in my life. So thank you so much, Stephanie. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. NYB Lifestyle Family. Whether you are thinking about starting a business, recently launched, or you're already in the game, I just want to welcome you. You are in the right space with all the right people. If you have not joined the community yet, we're going to go ahead and drop that link right now for you into the chat. And let me do that right now. Oops. I'm going to drop that link for you in the chat so that you can join our wonderful community. We would love for you to get in there so that we can help you, assist you, be a mentor to you, network with you, get to know your business, help you promote your business, and we can all grow together. So let me go ahead and drop that for you guys. That is where you can join the community. And those of you that know me, I am still a little bit under the weather, so you may have to excuse me a couple times this evening. So let me get to it. My name is Anya Lumpkin Queen. I am the proud owner of two successful businesses in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Queen's Barbecue and Southern Cuisine, which is a premier cultural catering company known for the best Southern food and service with client and community purpose, and Always Thankful Incorporated, a business consulting and virtual staffing firm, helping businesses and entrepreneurs and remote workers build structure, system, and sustainable success. A little bit about Queens. We have been featured on CBS 21 News and received their Proudly Pennsylvanian Award, featured on ABC 27 and awarded the best mac and cheese in our area. Fox 43, The Berg Magazine, Patriot News, Penn Live, for our businesses and our community outreach. We've also won first place in M&T's business pitch competition, and we placed top 10 finalists in SCORE's 60th anniversary national business pitch competition in Philadelphia. So I say all of that to say this. I have been in your shoes trying to figure it all out as I go, wearing all hats, trying to balance life while chasing my dream, right? So, what I'll share with you today are lessons and tools that help me get from overwhelmed to organized and allowed me to build businesses that work with my life and not against it. We'll explore three areas that every entrepreneur should focus on no matter where you are in your journey: structuring your business legally, creating strategy and workflows, and managing your time with intention. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. Thank you. Let's start with your legal foundation. If you're running or planning to run a business or planning a business out, you want to protect it and yourself. That is key. So you start by choosing a legal structure. An LLC is a great option for many. It does protect your personal assets, business credibility, and gives access to business banking and funding. You want to get an EIN from the IRS.gov, check your state's licensing requirements, and use startup portals, which most states have those available. You want to open a business banking account. I use Relay, which helps organize income and is MYB Lifestyle's recommended bank. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for Relay for you guys in here. And once we get into some other things, you'll learn a little bit more about that. But it's a wonderful bank, so that you can separate and organize like your taxes, and you have multiple accounts for your business: taxes, operations, marketing. You can separate that all in one space with multiple accounts. Um, You also want to set up a professional presence, your business email, phone number, address, and a simple website. If you're unsure where to start, resources like Nove Money or a a lawyer can help guide you with where to start and how to structure your business. So you want to protect your vision and definitely start with structure. All right. Now, once your business is legally set up, the next step is strategy, moving with intention, right? You'll hear that a lot with us. Moving with intention is very, very important. Strategy isn't about being perfect, it's about having clear direction and building with purpose and not with chaos. You want to start with a mindset for scalability. Think big from the beginning, right? Build your business like it's $1 billion business from day one. Focus on a strong structure, operational excellence, future team planning, adaptability and innovation, and a clear vision. Ask yourself questions like, what do I want this business to become? What is my end goal? And when you can answer those type of questions, you can create your own path to success, you guys. So you just have to believe in yourself, start with a vision, have a strong structure, and all of those things that I just mentioned, and you'll get your business up and running perfectly. And to build with clarity, you definitely need to know like who you're serving, what is your target audience, what problems you're solving, how you deliver your solution. So, like your niche or your offer, what systems support your daily operations, how you'll earn consistent income. So, your pricing, your goals, your revenue plan for affiliate marketers, service providers, and online sellers. This is crucial because your income clearly depends on communicating value to your customer and your audience. So you have to create value when you are building with clarity. You have to create that value for your customers. No matter your business, whether you are catering, coaching, services, or affiliate marketing, strategy definitely matters. You need a clear destination to choose the right direction, right? So at NYB Lifestyle, we teach that strategy should reflect your goals and leave room to grow. Affiliate marketing is one example we share as a low risk way to start, but strategy applies to every business type. So once your strategy is clear, you will definitely need systems to support it. This is where workflow comes in. I use Monday.com to manage everything, but the tool doesn't really matter. The structure does, right? Structure clears mental clutter. It keeps you focused on what matters the most within your business and within your life. You want to start with a living business plan, your goals, your actions, and how you'll measure your success. And you update it as you grow. Strategy brings clarity. Systems bring freedom, and together they help you scale in a way that supports your life and not just your workload. So let's talk about time. Reclaiming my time. I am reclaiming my time. I am reclaiming my time. And therefore, I'm reclaiming my peace because this is one of the most common pain points I hear from business owners. We all get the same 24 hours, but how we manage those hours makes all the difference, right? Here are a few things that help me manage my time effectively. Time blocking, blocking off focus time for things like marketing, admin, and yes, even breaks. We schedule in breaks, y'all. Scheduling that time for yourself to refocus, scheduling your lunch. And then there's theme days. I like to assign focus to each day to reduce decision fatigue, which we all go through. So time blocking on Mondays would be my marketing Mondays and everything that has to do with marketing within that, right? So my emails, my social media, things like that. Workflow Wednesdays, follow up Fridays. The next thing would be task batching. You group similar tasks together so you're not constantly switching gears, like answer all your emails um at one time during the day, during that focus block, right? Put all that stuff together. Return calls at one point during the day if you can. You want to prioritize. You want to focus on what moves your business forward. Revenue producing activities first. I'm going to repeat that because that's really important. Revenue producing activities first. And again, I track all of this in Monday.com. It gives me visibility across my week, helps me stay consistent without being too overwhelmed. Managing your time isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters, y'all. So you could do the most and do nothing at all, or you could do what matters in small chunks. To wrap this up, I want to leave you with this part of the business strategy and efficiency. Structure gives you protection, strategy gives you direction, time management gives you room to grow. These three areas will serve you no matter where you are in your journey. And on a personal note, being a part of the MYB community has truly transformed how I approach business. It's not just the tools, it's not just the resources, it is the mindset shift. It is knowing that you have a support system, real people who want to see you win, like Stephanie, like Kim, like myself. We want to see you win. This community has helped me grow both of my businesses in ways that I never ever imagined. You are not in this alone. You don't have to figure it all out to take the next step. You have to just start where you are, use what you have, and build with intention, which then takes me to affiliate marketing. I spoke briefly about it, and I'm just going to speak briefly about it. In part two of in part two, and then I'm also going to drop the link again for you guys in the chat. So if you have not joined the community yet, dropping that link, you go ahead and sign up, and we would love to have you. So I want to introduce you guys into a business model that has opened the door for millions of entrepreneurs worldwide. It's affiliate marketing. At NYB Lifestyle, we don't just view affiliate marketing as just another side hustle or a quick way to make money online. We see it as a vehicle, as a way to create flexible and sustainable income streams that support the life and the business that you are building. Affiliate marketing isn't just about pushing products. It's about creating real value, building real connections, and aligning with brands you believe in. It offers freedom and flexibility, letting you work on your terms while building something that grows with your life. Done with intention, it's more than income. It's a path to purpose and impact, right? In the MYB community, we use affiliate marketing as a vehicle for growth, helping you build a business that works for you with clarity, confidence, and intention. Affiliate marketing is about partnering with companies to promote their products or services and earn income on each sale, or lead. No product creation, no inventory, no shipping, no customer service. Just focus on building trust and sharing value. Success comes from more than posting links. It is about choosing the right partners, building credibility, and becoming a trusted guide, not just a salesperson. At NYB, we believe in building businesses that serve your life, not businesses that drain your time, energy, and freedom. Affiliate marketing fits into that vision because it allows you to work smarter, not harder, build multiple streams of income, grow your influence through authentic relationships, not just aggressive sales, and creates a business uh, ecosystem that supports long-term freedom and impact. Now that you all understand how affiliate marketing can align with your purpose and income goals, let's talk about how to bring it all together. Your hub isn't just a website, it's your business foundation. It's where your audience connects with your offers, your content, and your brand all in one place. So no matter what kind of entrepreneur you are, whether you're an affiliate marketer, a coach, content creator, network marketer, a caterer, a fintech specialist, your hub is what keeps it all organized, keeps it all streamlined, it keeps it all scalable. This is how we build business with intention. So I'd just like to thank you, MYB family, for rocking with me today. I hope that you're seeing how powerful affiliate marketing can be when you approach it with purpose and strategy. Remember, affiliate marketing isn't just about commissions. It is about building trust, creating value, and using your business as a vehicle to drive the life and freedom that you deserve. Your future is wide open, you guys. And every step you take with intention brings you closer to your goals, brings you closer to your freedom, and puts you one step closer to your future life. So now that I am done, I would like to take a moment to just introduce our next uh, presenter. Tonight's specialized focus falls under the financial category of the MYB lifestyle. Our financial training will be delivered in two parts. First, we'll cover personal and business credit, and then we'll move into money management and business banking. To kick us off, I am excited to introduce this a beautiful, wonderful, smart, helpful. She's so many different things to me. Our NYB community fintech and credit expert, Miss Kimberly Connor. Take it away, Kim.
Thank you, Anya, for that amazing presentation as well as that amazing introduction. I have to definitely give it back to you. You are so, I'm just going to say selfless when it comes to this community. You're also so knowledgeable, right? I've seen you grow in just a matter of a couple of months, like right before my eyes. But the cool thing about it is during your growth, it's like no child left behind, right? It's like I learned this, I'm going to teach you guys this, and we're like growing together. It's a beautiful thing. It's like a whole bouquet of beautiful flowers. So I'm super excited to be in this community with you and Stephanie. You guys have done so much for me. Even with some of my, technical challenges, I feel like an expert now hanging out with y'all. So thank you so much for that. I'm super excited to be here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get control of the screen. Um, Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me take control of the screen. And another thing, you guys go ahead and drop some fire emojis in the chat for Anya. She did an amazing job. Drop some fire emojis in the chat for Anya. Yes, let me see if I can. Uh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. And also go ahead and drop in the comments where you guys are chiming in from, right? We have been able to reach so many people across the globe, and we just want to know who we can, I'm just going to say, buddy you up with, right? We do believe in partnership. We do believe in collaboration, and I do believe in you. My name is Kimberly Connor, and I am the, I'm just going to say, I'm the proud owner of my own business called Birth a Nation Network, but I wasn't always a business owner. I didn't always understand about business or credit, right? Not until I purchased my first home in 2017. I didn't know a thing about credit, and it's not my fault because my parents didn't know about it. This is not something, financial literacy is not something that's taught to us in school or by our parents. And it's not their fault that they didn't know. I had to learn these things by trial and error. And then I partnered up with an amazing company by the name of Nove that I'm a multiple award-winning recipient with that partner company, right? This is where me understanding financial literacy helped me to go from Section 8 to home ownership to landlord. I'm also a Turo and an Airbnb mentor. This is where I teach people how to turn their liabilities into assets, how to carve back on the spending so that you can put your money where your heart is, and that is your legacy. I'm also a credit expert, and I'm on the leadership and training team of that amazing partner company of Nove. Okay, I started my business of Birth the Nation Network back in 2020 during the pandemic because, look, guys, jobs were dropping left and right. We were all shut in. FinTech is the thing that literally saved my life because everything was done through FinTech, which is financial technology online, right? Schools were online, banking online, shopping online. Everything was online. One of my favorite slogans that I created, and I love it, I need you guys to understand that this is a movement, not a monument. Movement is you're continuing to move something, whether it's your mind, your body, your spirit, your education. It's on a continuous growth, right? A monument is something that you've done and you just sit it there on the shelf. It's not moving. It's like a vase. It's like a statue. That's a monument. But it's something that you're proud of. Also, it's a marathon, not a race. A race, and this is one thing that we can get caught up right with, especially being in the world of technology, being in the world of social media, where you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's a race. Or you're comparing yourself to others. That's comparison. Comparison is or could be the thief of all joy. So I need you guys to understand this is a marathon, not a race. Everybody wins the marathon, right? Because they're keeping their eye on that prize. They're keeping the eye on just crossing that finish line for self. Everybody's a winner in the marathon. So it's a marathon, not a race. So with that being said, go ahead and give it up for yourself for coming tonight, right? That shows so much about you. That shows that you are here for not only you, but your family. I bet your family is so proud of you. So continue to grow, if not just for yourself, definitely for your family, for your legacy, and for your lifestyle. So let me go ahead and go right into our webinar. What I'll be covering tonight is why financial literacy matters for solopreneurs. I'll also be discussing personal credit versus business credit. I didn't know a thing about business credit. barely knew about personal credit, right? I didn't know a thing about business credit until, I hit my 50s. And I'm also going to be going over fintech and why it's a powerful industry, especially in today's rapid moving society. Everything is going towards fintech, which is an abbreviation for financial technology. All right. So let's go ahead and dig right in. Why financial literacy matters for solopreneurs. There are a number, if not hundreds, of reasons why financial literacy matters for not only solopreneurs, but for individuals as a whole, right? So as you can see on the screen, I just selected the top 5 reasons. And I'm going to be reading from my notes because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. But look, you guys, financial literacy is really, really, really crucial for solopreneurs because it's going to help you to minimize costly money losses. It's going to help you to avoid costly mistakes such as failing to save for taxes or understanding operating costs. You don't want to, get in trouble for tax violation or not paying your taxes on your business and having your business, shut down for tax evasion. Number 1, maximize your profits by effectively managing your income and your expenses. You want to know where that money is going. You want to be able to, disperse the money where it should go. You don't want to be, in a sense, robbing Peter to pay Paul. So you want to make sure that everything is documented. That is a part of being financial literate. I'm just going to tell you a real quick story. I bought a home in 2017. I wasn't financially literate. I was like, okay, I got me a home. I have a car. I knew I had to have a 620 credit score in order to get that home. I'm like, okay, I got what I got. I don't need credit anymore. So, and of course, when you get that 620 credit score, everybody starts sending you all these credit card offers. And I was like, okay, free money, free money. That's what I was taught, right? That's what I was taught. Free money. So of course I maxed out all my credit cards, not knowing it was killing my credit. Because again, I didn't understand credit or what it was worth until I lost my job. So I had to, I applied for a home equity line of credit. It was about a year after I got my home. I applied for a home equity line of credit, but I did not qualify for that home equity line of credit because my credit was horrible. I was in the 400s, right? And that's how I almost lost that home due to foreclosure. So that's when I got with the company by the name of Nove that helped me to raise my credit score. And that's when I really started understanding the importance of financial literacy and especially credit. I'm thinking, okay, I'm paying my mortgage. So that should, I should be able to draw the interest off of my home. It's my home. It's my money. That doesn't even make sense that I have to apply for credit in order to get what I've been putting into my home. Again, financial literacy is a must. It will also help you to build credit and gain access to funding or loans for growth opportunities. So you want to not only build credit, but you want to maintain credit for solopreneurs, right? It will also help you to plan for long-term success by making informed decisions about savings, investments, and retirement. What are you going to do with all this money that you're making as a solopreneur, right? So you want to understand the importance of allocating those funds and dispersing them in the way or where they should go. You did hear Anya mention relay. We'll talk more about that a little later. But until then, let's go ahead and let's talk about personal credit versus business credit. Now, I broke these down in layman terms. Oh, I didn't even know this, but personal credit, the older you get, of course, you have more things that are on your credit report. It's like an adult report card, if you will. But personal credit, it's made up of 5 factors. That's your payment history, your credit utilization, your length of credit, your mix, your credit mix, and also the new credit, which are your inquiries, right? Now, if you guys take a look at the screen, you'll notice that little thing is around. You'll notice that the payment history and the credit utilization, that's 65% of your whole entire credit score. So that's something that we struggle with a lot, especially the payment history. You know, you're trying to, you know, pay for your home, and then at the same time, as a solopreneur, you're trying to pay for your business and you're using your personal credit, and it's like that's a lot to keep up with, especially if you don't have everything structured where they're on auto pay. So you might miss a payment, but we not anymore. We're not going to call that into this atmosphere. So we're going to make sure that we put everything on time payment, auto pay for those payment histories, because that's 35%. Your credit utilization. Remember, guys, I told you I was maxing out those credit cards. That's 30%. 30% credit utilization. Your length of credit. I need you to understand, when people go into quote unquote fix your credit, you wanna be proactive with that, because the length of credit, that's 15%. Yeah, we can remove or get things, dispute things to have them removed, but sometimes you want, well, not sometimes, all of the time, you want an expert to look at it, because it might be more beneficial to keep that on your credit report and just fix it because of the length of credit. Length of credit, they're looking anywhere from 8 years so that you can get that healthy 850 credit score. Your credit utilization, they say keep it below 30%, but I like to say 10%. And of course, your payment history, you want no late payments, absolutely none. Okay. Your credit mix, that's 10%. A credit mix just means that you want a mix of installment loans and revolving credit. Installment loans, you guys, is like a mortgage, a car payment, right? Those are installment loans. It's they take the lump sum and they break it off over a period of years. That's what an installment loan is. As far as revolving credit, it's credit cards. It's simple. New credit and inquiries, that's 10%. An inquiry can bring your score up or down anywhere from 5 to 7 points. So be mindful of how many things you apply for within a 6-month time span. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. That's like, you know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's a lot. That's your personal credit. But look, business credit, there's only one determining factor for business credit, and that's your payment history. You only have one job, and that's just to pay the business credit that you're building on time. I want to point out another factor. Personal credit, I find that I'm helping a lot of people to fix or build personal credit if they're younger, right? But it's easier to build than it is to fix. That's like a fixer-upper. It's going to take time. But with business credit, you're building business credit from a brand new clean slate with a brand new number, and it's called your EIN. So keep that in mind. Be very mindful of that. You can mess up your personal credit as, you know, a drop of a dime, but it's going to take a minute to get it repaired. I ask all of my clients to at least stay consistent anywhere from 6 to 12 months before you start judging that credit increase. Okay, so if you guys want to go ahead and take a screenshot of this, I want you to understand what I was just discussing about the business credit versus the personal credit. You could see the different scoring modules for the business credit and the personal credit. The scoring module for personal credit is everybody's born with a 300 credit score, period, right? So you're starting with the 300 and you're building to that 850. Keep that in mind. You're building to that 850. And it's really, really easy to do. And it's really, really easy to mess up too. So yeah, you want to continue to build. So you guys, if you have an expert working on your credit to have it repaired, Keep in mind, while they're fixing your credit, you want to build credit as well. Okay. With business credit, personal credit scoring module is from 300 to 850. That's the FICO score. But business credit is only 100 points. Easy peasy, right? And then the reporting bureaus for business credit is Duns and Brad, Experian Business, and Equifax Business. For personal credit, it's Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And you guys can go ahead and take a screenshot of that. It's showing who can access it, both personal credit and business credit, as well as the credit limits for business credit. Look, business credit limits, you can go hundreds of thousands of dollars. I am so proud to say I was able to help one of my business credit clients get over $1.2 million in business credit. So business credit is very generous. Personal credit is more restricted. Okay. So yeah, I just want you guys to have that information there. Take a screenshot and thank me later. So let's go ahead and talk about fintech services. You guys drop in the chat if you know what fintech is or what type of possible fintech tool you're using, right? All right, so financial service industry, it's booming quickly, right? So the fintech services is just making our life a lot easier, because we don't have to go into the brick and mortars. We don't have to, write a check anymore. You can pay quickly with the fingertips, right? So fintech is a powerful industry today due to its ability to disrupt traditional financial services and provide innovative solutions to everyday consumers and business. So you guys, any financial institution that you use online is really a fintech. It is fintech. So here's a couple of examples of how we actually use fintech in today's society. Your online banking, retail, right? Purchasing online. Amazon, for instance, huge fintech company. Insurance, payments, investment platforms, the stock market, taxes, banking, healthcare, real estate. We can go on and on and on, but you get the picture. All right, so that is what fintech is about, right? So financial literacy, it is the ability to understand and manage personal and business finances effectively. It involves knowing how to budget, save, invest, and make informed decisions regarding debt, taxes, and insurance. Financial literacy equips individuals with the knowledge to manage their money responsibly. So, all right. So, what I want to say and what I want to end with, right? I'm super proud to be a part of Mind Your Business Lifestyle. As you guys can see on that picture to the left, I'm pleased to introduce the affiliate marketing program that I am partnered up with Nove. This is me when I started 6 years ago, actually. We've hit the Inc. 5000 like 4 times in a row. We're a real reputable company. But guess what? I was promoting Nove, which is cool. Our colors are blue. I was bleeding blue. They helped me in a number of ways. They helped me to understand financial literacy. They helped me to understand credit. So now I'm a proud owner of my own company, Birth a Nation Network. Stephanie, I have to give it back to her because she's helping me to not only advance in my business, but putting myself first, because people buy into you, not your business. I'm saying not your affiliate marketing business. They're buying you. They know, like, and trust you. And I've been able to, make a substantial amount of increase in my business just being a part of Mind Your Business Lifestyle community. right? So she's helped me to build my platform. She's helped me to understand the infrastructure of a business. So I'm super proud to say this is the design on the right hand side that Stephanie has graciously blessed me with. So you guys put some fire emojis in the chat for Mind Your Business Lifestyle. And if you haven't joined the community as of yet, I'm just going to ask you this question. What are you waiting for? That's my time, guys. I'm Kimberly Connor. I'm super excited to be here. I'm going to go ahead and pass this queen the mic, the creator, the innovator of Mind Your Business Lifestyle, Miss Stephanie Arcady. Are you there? Hello? Are you there? Thank you, Anya. Thank you. Thank you, Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Welcome, welcome, everyone. Okay, so Stephanie has control of the screen. You're on mute if you're speaking.
I couldn't get it to unmute.
Oh, okay.
That's why the screen was moving. That's why the slides were moving, because I was actually touching the screen trying to unmute myself.
Oh.
All
Well, there
right,
you
so
have it, Queen. I really appreciate you so much. You're more than a mentor. You're more than a friend. You're a sister. So I give it back to you. Thank you.
thank you, man. Y'all gonna mess me up. Okay. We about to get busy. I'm gonna need everybody to go get their pen and some paper. You might even want to grab a recorder, but we about to get busy. I'm gonna put my glasses on. So let's do this. All right. The focus training tonight, presented by myself, is structure your money like a CEO. Now it's money management and business banking, but what you're ending, what you're ultimately doing is structuring your money like a CEO. I rebuilt my credit, built my financial life, and I created a system that works, right? And just when I thought I had it figured out, it got better. But I'll talk about that in just a second. So, money management, why do solopreneurs struggle with money? Put it in the chat. I got control of the thing now. I can participate. Put it in the chat. Hold on. Open the wrong one. There we go. Let me scroll down. I can't see. Okay, not enough funds. Not enough of it. Real talk, real talk. Anything else? How to manage. Okay, okay. Let me see. Um, Entrepreneurs, yeah, not no knowledge, not the knowledge of how it should work. You only mimic what you see. You only mimic what you grew up around. You only mimic what you know. You only do what you know. You can't expect somebody to do something that they've never been taught, right? But it all, it doesn't matter. We are in line today. We are paying attention today. We are focused today. We are at attention today to learn whatever we need to learn to get where we want to go. Right? Because it's like our job. It's my job, it's Anya's job, it's Ken's job to make the right relationships. It's our job to find the tools that work. Earlier, Anya said that, it doesn't matter about the tool. What matters is the structure, right? And that's real talk because certain tools are going to feel different to other people. Like, oh, I like that program. And this other person's like, you couldn't slap me with that program. You couldn't give me that for free, right? It's like, because it just doesn't fit their personality. So we might offer different things in the same category because whoever you are, you like this better and that like that better. But the bottom line is putting all your eggs in one basket. Okay. um okay, expound on that one, Kim. Putting all your eggs in one basket. No, you know what, you don't have to. Yes, putting all your eggs, it's deceiving. It's deceiving, and we're going to get into that, right? But the reason why
Oh,
solopreneurs were you going to say something?
oh no, I was just gonna explain that. Just putting your eggs in one basket, like some people will pay like their rent first before their car payment, not knowing that hey, you might want to pay this car payment because it's on your credit report, not your rent. You see what I'm saying? To just put
Okay.
all your eggs in one basket and not knowing how to allocate it to grow in order
Right,
to.
right, right. Um, they fail. I'll give y'all my list. They fail because they treat the business money that they generate in the business like it's theirs, right? The business is what generated the money, even if you're doing a service, right? That means that you're physically involved, you're doing it. Even if you're doing a service, it's the activity of the business transaction that got paid, and they're treating it like it's all their money. They commingle, they don't keep records, right? Um, and they basically just run their business under themselves. Instead of a business structure like Anya was talking about, they run it under themselves, which makes them wide open to liability. But check with your attorney on that one, right? But I'm just saying. I mean, we've been saying it for years, so y'all know what I'm saying. That when you don't have a business entity surrounding that activity, and something happens, there's no one else to come at but you, because the business don't exist, right? Um, there's a whole bunch of reasons, but not only solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and small business owners, they lose their businesses for the same reasons. You have to be protected. It That's why you wear pads when you're on the football field, because you need protection. Financial literacy, making money, spending money, investing money, you need protection, right? Because anything can happen. And yeah, so I think we labored that one a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of get into why you guys think, but the focus situation we got going on here is, where does all the money go? I know I'm making it. I know I'm making it. Where is it going? So these pictures look familiar. That's me in 2016. These pictures look familiar, but I was holding my head for a totally different reason. I wasn't making enough money, and I needed to make a change to my life, and I didn't have the means. And I felt stuck between a rock and a hard place. Right? Like, what the right? I was mad. I promise you. But I've been through that entrepreneurial struggle. And at this point, I just wanted to go back to work. I was like, I'm an executive administrator. I can make some really decent money. And I don't even have to stay late. It doesn't matter to me who locks the door. That's not mine. When I leave, and I don't have to do nothing else. As an entrepreneur, I can't turn it off. I can't turn it off. But that's a price that I'm willing to pay to be an entrepreneur. But in this picture, nah, not really. I um I was ready to chalk it up. I was like, okay, enough is enough. You're not making the money, maybe, right? But I had to decide which way I was going to go. I had to make a decision. So I did an assessment. Now, it's not the assessment that y'all get to do. It's the first version of the assessment, right? I didn't even know them skill sets when I made this. This was just me stepping back and looking at my life, looking at everything, right? Looking at how I was feeling, looking at my relationships, looking at my financial situation, my work, my health. I'm looking at everything to see what's up, what's going on, because we got to make some changes. I knew I wanted things to look different But I knew in order for them to look different, I had to do something different, right? But I made that assessment. I did that assessment. Um, I assessed, I didn't just assess, I assessed my resources, and then I assessed my my intellect. And I ran I mean, I assessed like every single thing, so I knew what I had at my disposal. I needed to gather my tools. I needed to gather my tools, right? So that's what I did. And then what I discovered, first off, was me. It's like, you all right, girl, you gonna be all right, right? And the other thing that I discovered is that there were two areas of my life that I had to get a get them under control. And that was my relationships and my financials, right? I knew that if I can improve those two, the rest would fall. I'm good, right? I would feel more stable. I wouldn't feel like I was about to lose my mind or lose myself, which is even worse. So when I did that assessment and I made those discoveries, those tools I was gathering, I started to develop a plan. I develop a plan. And in that assessment, I figured out my magic number. I needed to make $125 a day to work for myself. To work for myself. I was making more than that as an administrator per day. And I didn't ever have no money when I was an administrator. Yeah, it's like, and I'll go into that a little bit more later, but yeah, I'll explain that, right? I'll explain that. But I came up with a plan that would resolve my past, take care of my present, and plant seeds for my future on $125 a day. Okay, right? Okay. Well, hey, I gave it a try. As you can see, this is when I entered the gig world. That was me working for myself. I leveraged these businesses. I leveraged these fintech businesses like DoorDash, like Shipt. I have a Shipt shirt on and I'm holding a DoorDash bag. Those are my first two contracts in the gig economy. And your money is unpredictable. You can't you know you're like, oh, I'm gonna make $1,500 every 2 weeks. You don't know that. You have to work for it, right? But that's part of the strategy. How many hours I might need to work? Well, as you can see, I chose 6 days. There's a reason for that, right? Okay. And I developed that plan. And then this is my money management version 1.0. I was the spreadsheet budget queen. I was forever making a spreadsheet for everything under the sun. I learned Lotus 1, 2, 3, then I learned Excel, and then I learned Google. Yeah, I've been in love with spreadsheets for a long time, which was another thing that was my assessment. I had to assess my skills. And one of those skills that really brought it home was that I know I was a planner. I knew that about myself. It's like, okay, so then use it, right? So I knew I was a planner and I love numbers, blah, 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 blah. And this is my very first, as you can see, it says Money Management and Budget 2018. That's a screenshot of that, right? And the stuff on the top was basically my cash flow. Where's all my money coming from? And I would create a new tab for every week, right? So I was only looking at that week's numbers. I needed to understand the math behind the magic or the magic behind it. I need to understand. So I don't hate small beginnings. I'm not mad about the spreadsheets. I learned a lot about the spreadsheets because I had to produce the right number. So I had to figure out the formula to do so. And that spreads over different life categories, right? Everything that you do spreads over different life categories. That's why that interconnection, the separation just gives you a little bit more control, but it's one big pot of gumbo, right? But the spreadsheets gave me clarity, and the clarity allowed me to commit. So I deliver. And I delivered on this plan, and I stuck to it like glue, month after month after month after month after month. And I seen things improve. It was, it's like when you're like really bad, like when things are really, really bad, a little improvement feels like a lot of improvement. So I had that feeling. I had a lot of, because I was coming from a low place. So, I mean, shoot, hey, the bar was low, right? So, but regardless, I felt it on every level. And that doesn't mean it's been a constant, a session. Nah, I've been a little bit, it's been a little bit of both. I go up, I go down, ebbs and flows, feast and famine, all of that, right? But I'm still here. I chose to trust this. I put it together. It's in black and white. This is all you got to do, Stephanie. The power of being able to figure out your one thing for you to be successful in whatever it is you're doing. Even if it's just bettering your marriage, even if it's to improve your health, whatever it is, right? So success leaves clues. The success clues, my mentors, they contributed to this further evolution that I'm going to tell y'all about. In 2014, I was at a Power Network convention, and I don't even remember the speakers, but they were talking about a jar method, right? And then in 2017, Vic Strysus came out with the 7 steps to freedom, and step 2 is the money plan. It's a structure, it's a system, right? And then in 2018, I attended the Millionaire Mind Intensive. I had heard about it from other people. And then I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive in Denver. It was in Denver. And here, wait, I got more. It was in Denver and it was on my birthday weekend, right? Wait, I got more. I attended that conference while I was in a shelter. I went for those 3 days. I had a ball. I took pictures. We did this arrow thing, and I wrote on there, it was something that you wanted the arrow to break so that you could let it go. And I wrote on the arrow, what do you fear the most? And I said that I was wrong, that I was wrong about myself. That's what I fear the most, is to doubt myself. Right. But I went to the Millionaire Intensive, and I was so excited at that conference as well, because what they were teaching, I was already doing. I was already doing it. So that conference, because I had, hey, the jar method, and then 7 steps to freedom, hey, right. I got there, and that I was like, oh my God, they're teaching it too. So it was like, it just solidified my plan even more, right? It just solidified my plan. And then in 2019, I read Profit First. I'm a reader, period, right? But it was around COVID, folks was already tripping. Yeah, I read that book, and that was a wrap. I went to the bank. I made that sacrifice to go to the bank. And what I mean is, the teller was looking at me funny. You want to do what? You want to open up how many accounts? Right. And then There's fees associated with it, each account, depending on which type of account it was. And the checking account, you had to open it with $100, and the savings account, you had to open with 25. You could open it with 25. All this stuff, the paperwork, I thought I was buying a house. I opened up a bunch of accounts and it was on, right? It's like we finna put this in true fashion. We finna put this in action instead, because I was doing it all on a spreadsheet, mentally, literally breaking the money down from my balance. I was being really tedious with it, right? Manually, right? So I was ready to get her done, right? So I went to Denver Community Credit Union, which was later called Zing Community Credit Union. And because, they always tell small businesses, go to the credit unions, you're going to get more attention. They're going to treat you better. They might loan you some money. And some of them do, and some of them don't, right? But I went to my credit union and I went in there and I sat down with her. And like I said, she was looking at me like I was crazy. And I opened 5 checking accounts and 2 saving accounts, which cost me $550 and 2 hours of my time, right? On this, you see income, operating expense. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Secured business, credit card. Then there's more. This is just all that I caught on the screen. Payroll, uh, funding my dream. That came from a totally different book. That came from Nicole, what's her name? Lisa Nicholson, right? That was what she was doing when she was building her business in her closet with her son, that she had to wrap him up in a towel. Uh-oh, I hit the thing. Had to wrap him up. If you have to read the book. But that's where I got that name from. So the names on these bank accounts have evolved over years. They've evolved, right? But I opened up all of these accounts and that's what it cost me. And it was time to go. So now we move into the money management 2.0, right? Well, I opened up the 5 main bank accounts, which is income. That's all the money that you're making. Profit, payroll, that's your pay, or if you're paying staff as well, or independent contractors and stuff. Operating expenses, and taxes. Those are your like base accounts, right? But over whatever your plan is, you're going to have a get out of debt category. You're going to have a save for a house category. You're going to have a wealth category. You're going to have a contribution category. You're going to have a travel category. It's whatever you're the one designing it. It's whatever you need. It's whatever you want to create. You are free to do so, and you have shown that you have the courage to do so. And we're going to help you figure it out, because all of our stuff is custom with different ages, different sexes, different colors, different areas where we grew up, and religions and beliefs, and different everything. So what works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. But the bottom line is, you start paying so much attention to who you are and what you want. You start creating the world that would make you happy, that will make you feel fulfilled, that will make you feel seen, that will make you feel respected, that will make you feel secure, that will make you feel free. I don't think that's too much to ask. I think we all should be free, not just entrepreneurs. I think everybody should be free. They should be free to be themselves. I heard this just a couple days ago. And he said, the ability to be authentic. You want to, be yourself. Then he paused and he said, but you must first know yourself before you can be yourself. I was like, dang. I was like, oh man, that's classic. I love it. I'm gonna have to use that, right? But as an entrepreneur, there are 3 separate skill sets as it relates to financials: knowing how to make the money, knowing how to manage the money, and learning how to multiply so that the money works for you, right? Those are three separate skill sets. And this structure will help you do that. But this structure only works if you do number one. You have to make some money. You have to make some money. But I'll tell you this, when I first started doing my own thing manually without the education, the continued education that I was getting and piecing these puzzles together, even though the numbers I was working with at first were small, the most valuable piece of that experiment was the habit that I created. It became a habit, and it literally changed the way I look at money. If I go out and I earn $1, I created a system where that dollar takes care of my past, my present, and my future. That dollar is pretty damn important. You know what I'm saying? It's like it changes the way you look at money. We talk about the different areas of life or different categories of life. And one of those important categories is relationships. Well, you need to evaluate your relationship with money because it's just really here to help you. It's a tool. It's to be used, not to be made by, not to be validated, not none of that. None of that. It's going to help you do what won't let you sleep at night. Oh, I want to send my kids through school. Oh, I want to buy a house. I want to buy a boat, Oh, I want a piece of land, this and whatever it is that you are thinking about. The ability to just go do it. But even when you don't have no money, you can do that. You can live like that too, because it's more of a mindset than it is anything, right? So that even when my numbers were really small, I was establishing a habit. I was establishing a habit. And I do not mean to be long-winded, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. Now, I didn't tell y'all, okay, y'all could have, did y'all need me? Did you slow down, Stephanie? Did you need to screenshot the previous slide? The profit? I don't think you do. But you know what? I know you don't because it's in the community. Ah, there it is. But you can screenshot it as well. All right. So financial management. This is the birth of the NYB financial management system. Well, I'm not going to say system quite yet, right? This is the birth of it. But remember when I said a lot of entrepreneurs fail because they treat the money like it's theirs, and they get it and then they spending it and this and the other. Um, you're supposed to separate the funds legally. If you are a registered business, this, that, and the other, and the fifth, legally, you're supposed to separate the money, right? That don't mean that the money, you can't have none of the money. It just means you got to separate it, right? But it's actually a blessing. It's not a curse. This is your business side, and it flows through to your personal. I'll walk y'all through. Uh, okay, so, how did I get on there? I'm not sure if y'all can y'all see that? Can you see this the screen?
Yes, with a block.
I can't hear you, sweetheart.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you can see the screen and you can see like that discoloration.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what that is, so I'm a stop and come back in. But I'm gonna walk y'all through the spreadsheet a little bit so that you can kind of see where all these things may have been coming together for me. Wait. Okay. I think I chose this thing only instead of the whole screen. So I'm gonna have to unshare when I leave. But this is the spreadsheet. So when in the community, when you start in the community, there's a download for this spreadsheet. So you have access to the spreadsheet. And when you get it and you open it, it's going to be viewer only, which is going to force you to make a copy, right? So this never gets touched while everybody gets to use it, right? But you got your business revenue, and then I had the money, my deposits, they came in at different times, so I can put it on a schedule. Allocation schedule, I'll explain that in a minute. Cash deposit Mondays, and then allocation on Friday. So cash deposits on Monday because I used to deal with vending machines in Denver when I was in Denver and stuff. And I would get paid in, fives, ones. I would end up having to go put money into the bank. And I was getting tips when I was delivering and stuff like that. So that's where the cash deposits were on Monday. But the loan allocation was because I was paying debt off. And I made sure that I put money into that account. And when was I going to do it? I was going to do it on Friday, whatever. Right. So structure. When Anya said structure gives protection, stay with me. I'm gonna validate that statement. Stay with me. All right. So the way I did it was I put my bank here, and I hyperlinked it. So all I got to do is hover over it and click that, and it'll take me straight to the online banking portal, or website. But this is where the bright yellow is where you enter your numbers. The rest of this does stuff on its own. It calculates on its own. So you use these numbers. Somebody give me a number that they want me to put in this spot. And by the way, this is week. For me, I do everything weekly. So this is a weekly total. So give me a number. Oh, I didn't even see that it down. Okay, 1,500. All right. Oh, up here. Oh, I got a calculation up there. That's why it has an equal sign. Okay, anyway. 1,500. Okay. So, Carolyn said let's try 17. Let's put a little meat on the bone, just a little bit, right? So 17. Remember, this is for the week. Okay. All right. So when you get this, so what I was putting together was what I had learned in the Millionaire Intensive, Profit First, and 7 Steps to Freedom, and the JAR method. I was just taking pieces of what I was learning and putting it together, right? This is your profit, and you can change the number as a drop down, and you can change the number. That's for profit. And out of that 1,700, $17 goes to profit. I'm instantly profitable. I'm plus 17. I don't care how you look at it. It's in the profit account. That's what I did, right? That's a pay yourself first mentality, but for the business. Before the business, right? Because the traditional way is sales minus expenses equals profit. Just give me the leftovers. Okay. No, off top. Off top. That's what Profit First is about. That's what the book is about. But there's more. There's more. Okay. So you can go down here. Wealth investing. I'm not gonna keep y'all. Wealth investing can mean a lot of different things, but initially it should be the reinvestment in your business. Initially, it should be the reinvestment in your business until you have a bigger bucket where you can do more things with. You can do some cryptocurrency, you can buy some silver or gold, you can trade on the stock market, you can buy some Beanie Baby, some limited edition beanie, whatever you want to invest in, because you have more to work with, right? But that's what that is. And then payroll is you. And I set myself a paycheck. So even if I exceeded the number, when I transferred the money to myself, it was for that paycheck. Whenever you put a plan into play, work it for a quarter before you change anything, right? Unless it's an emergency. Don't get it twisted. I've done some emergencies, but I'm just saying best practices. You want to actually reevaluate it every 3 months to see what number should move. so that things start that they stay smooth, right? And then you got contribution, you got your taxes, you got annual payments, marketing, and travel, right? So these are the categories that I have in my account. This is what I created. And then this flows into me. This is the way. And it comes over here. And so I'm the business made 1,700. Stephanie made 850 because I got paid by the business. You want separation, then you got to separate it, right? So you got paid by the business. And then this, these are some examples. Your bills. I always put the rent or mortgage by itself because you never want to exceed 30%, something that I learned from uh, um, an institution that anyway, but I think that was good advice. You never want to exceed 3%. Wealth and investing. Now that is you going out and buying silver and gold and bonds and paper notes and whatever, right? Um, Contribution, whether you're tithing or whether you're giving to different organizations, whatnot, and play. Now I should have play at the very top. Tell me why I should put play at the very top based on what I said over here. Y'all with me? I should put play at the top because that's me paying myself first. That's me paying myself first. So, um, but that's the spreadsheet, and you have access to this spreadsheet in the community, right? And this was really the beginning of something special. Uh-oh. Oh, I came out of full screen. That was really the beginning of something special, for real, for real. Business banking. What is Relay? Relay is a godsend. When I started doing this, I was physically going, no, I was physically going to the bank for the cash. And I had to get online, the online banking, and transfer the money myself. That's why you've seen these check marks right here so that I could keep track. Oh, I already did that. I already did that because I might start transferring and I get interrupted. And then I come back and be like, oh, yeah. And then I got to go look at each account. And it was tedious. It was tedious, but I stuck with it. I did my thing. Um, that was manual. Then I met Relay. It's the first bank that does exactly what I did. The first bank. I used to ask my bank, well, don't y'all have a way to set up automatic transfers? Not on the schedule, no. I'm like, okay. It wasn't, yeah, it was that. It was that. Yeah. So anywho, this is Relay. It's business checking. This is a fintech company. It's business checking, business savings, where you can earn up to 3.03 APY. Profit First Banking it follows the philosophy of Profit First, the book, and then expense management. You got your accounts payable, and now they have the Relay Visa credit card, right? But wait, there's more, right? You can get up to 50 debit cards, whether they be virtual or physical. And hold that thought because I got a story for y'all, right? Um, Relay really they surprised me. It's been a very pleasant experience. Uh no questions, no stink eye, no, they like, this is what we do. This is what we do. So I was like, oh my God, this can't be happening. I'm really not trying to over exaggerate. I'm actually trying to tone it down for y'all because I was excited. I was like, the system has been created. Right? Oh, just wildly excited. Um, they do it, they also have integrations. And they integrate with your software company, your accounting company. I integrate with my QuickBooks Online. Right? I don't use Gusto and I don't do Plaid because I just cut myself a check. There ain't nobody else to cut. And then when I'm paying independent contractors, that's just, so I'm not at that level. So I'm not using, I was doing payroll for free, which was a downloadable app for your desktop. I was doing that for a while, but yeah, I just pay myself. But anyway, um, and if you sign up for QuickBooks inside of the community, you'll get 30% off for 6 months, right? But they integrate. So when you do transactions on your business banking, it automatically feeds into your accounting system. And there's a part inside of Relay where you can start matching up the transactions. If I go to Conoco, that is a fuel purchase, right? So that you don't have to ever go in and it'll start you'll start cleaning it up the more you tell it everything will go right exactly where it's supposed to go and you can print a financial statement just like that. You know what I mean? Like you'll always know where you stand, but you got to start somewhere, right? And because it involves so much, sometimes you have to take baby steps, but everything that you need is here when you're ready. Business banking, get financial clarity and take control. Don't sit there wondering where did the money go. Tell the money where to go to take care of whatever it is to help you build your plan. Tell it where to go and watch it tally up. Watch it tally up. I double dare you to try it for like 3 months. And I know that sometimes, depending on your financial situations, you can't always put this into play because I'll tell you about some bad habits. Okay. Um, I had my hand in the cookie jar. And I'm like, oh well, the taxes aren't due for 6 months. And I was pulling money out of the tax account because I was hard headed. I had shiny ball syndrome. I was doing too much. I was off path, I was off plan, and I paid for it. Right. But let me tell y'all this good story. Okay. So last Friday, I got a text message from last Friday, I got a text message from Express Toll here in Colorado, talking about I need to pay my toll or I'm not gonna be able to register my car. Anyway, I click on it, and I clicked on it to open it up. I didn't click on the link yet, and I just looked at the address and I typed the address into my computer. Everything looked just like Express Toll. This, that, and the, I'm looking at the domain name. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. And I put in my credit card. I'll tell you, the first credit card I put in, because my car is in my business name, the first card that I put in was the card and the account that's responsible for taking care of that car. Right. So I'm like, yeah. And it wouldn't go through. It said, oh, it doesn't support your payment method. Try a different card. Try a different card. 3 cards. And then I went to, what did I do? I went to the actual site for it. Long story short, I'll cut it short. Somebody was trying to get me. Somebody was trying to come for me. I'm like, oh shit. You can't draw blood from a turnip. And I'm just playing. But don't come for, I don't care. Don't come for my little nuts. Do not, right? I worked hard for this shit, right? But anyway, the first card I put in was my relay card that was for the car because it's in the business name. Right. Once I realized what was going on, I went to the site and there's a big banner at the top. Dude, that warning, warning, there are text scams, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh shit, right? So I canceled this card online. I just logged into my relay and I froze it. I just froze it. And then so I go to work this morning, blah, blah, blah. I have a habit tank and I try not to ever go on zero. So I'm on my way home and I'm like, go ahead, it's time to go ahead and fill up now. Go ahead and fill up now. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't have that card no more because it don't work no more. I froze it. I can't use it. I'm like, ah. I'm like, okay, so I went on. So these are screenshots from this morning. I went on, I logged into Relay and I hit cards and I hit create new. And it said, what account do you want it from? I said, I want it from the OpEx travel, which is covers my car and any type of travel I do, right? I want it out of there. And this, and it's virtual because I'm not gonna be able to get it. I'm only 10 minutes away from the gas station, right? So I created a virtual card and then I added it to my Apple wallet just by pushing that button. I added it to my Apple wallet. Then I pull up and I got me some gas. Gas. It worked. It worked. Right? Well, what you're seeing here on this second screen is when you make a transaction, you get a text message saying, where's the receipt? Hey, I see you spending some money. Can I get some paper behind that? Right? I laid it on the counter. I took the picture and I uploaded it. All that's going to Relay and to QuickBooks. Just new habits. Just new habits, right? And tools that go with the habit. Right? Okay. And I mean, shit. I don't even I click it here, you can have that. I'll be giving them back the receipt. I'm like, I don't need it, I'm good. But minimize the paper. Let's minimize the paper. But yeah, I had to tell you guys that. So, Relay is now the official banking platform for Profit First. They partnered in 2023. And this banking is made for entrepreneurs, freelancers, coaches, small businesses, entrepreneurs. It's made for the way you move. It doesn't restrict you with all of this stuff. Because when I was doing this manually, I had two savings accounts in a different bank, which is what's taught inside of Profit First, because he's like, you know, these amounts are substantial percentages, and this amount has a totally different purpose, and you don't need to see it. So when you log in to take care of business every day, you're only seeing what you're working with because you don't touch this bucket for 3 months or a year. And I'll tell you why, because one is taxes. I'm covering up the mic, sorry. One is taxes, and the other one is profit, right? But it's now the official bank of Profit First, and you can get certified as a Profit First cash flow advisor and start a whole business. It's a business within a business. It's handling your money. It's however you want to look at it, right? But I'm so grateful that I ran across this, and I learned this from another entrepreneur. I'm so grateful. And then I'm not even talking about it tonight, but then I found one to do on the personal side. If you looked at my spreadsheet, it said Relay Financial on the business side, and it said SoFi Checking on the other side. Because SoFi, not as sophisticated as Relay, but it allowed me to separate my money on the personal side. Right. So yeah. It feels good. It feels good. You don't apologize for nothing. When you put money on the counter, it's like that's the purpose of these bills. That's what they're here for. Yep. I swear to goodness, it changes the way you look at money. And what is going on? And why is my slide blank? Oh, okay. I might have to refresh it. You guys, hold on. I'm gonna come at a full screen. I'm gonna refresh it. Y'all good? Everybody good? Y'all bearing with me? Y'all want me to cut it short? See, I can't see the chat, y'all. Hold on, because every time I touch, I'd be scared to touch the chat because
Oh,
I'd be messing
I'm
people up.
dropping like fire, hearts,
Okay,
dancing
I see you. Thank
lady.
you. All
Yes,
right.
because relay is absolutely everything that you say that it is and more.
Yes. Yeah, and your mic is low, sweetheart. Your mic is low.
That's because I keep moving it from my face.
Okay.
Apologies about that. Relay
Okay.
is everything that you say and more. And I'm like just so excited because now the community can see and actually know why MYB promotes that and
Mm-hmm.
what value it has, right?
Mm-hmm.
For every entrepreneur. That and SoFi. Yeah, so I'm excited for our community because we're going to be some entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, business owners that just grow our finances, our lifestyle to be exactly how we see fit.
Yeah.
We don't have to fit into anyone's mold but our own. And I'm loving that. Like, I'm so excited.
Oh man, I'm so glad that's how you see it. I swear to goodness. Because sometimes I feel like I can't articulate it, but we all feel the same thing. We just describe them differently, right? But when it boils down to it, it's just like, man, I just want to be in my own skin and I want to be happy as hell about it. Happy as hell about it.
Free to be me, baby.
Yay! Exactly, exactly. So let's see if it shows up this time. Bam! All right. Relay does live trainings every month. The next webinar for members is on 5/18. They're doing a deep dive into the cash flow management, right? Because there's strategies for every industry, right? I wanted to show y'all that. I was like, oh, that's too much. But you would play with your percentages depending on your industry, because some people have lower overhead, like online entrepreneurs, you know what I mean? And some people, they got restaurants and barbershops and real estate and this and there's a different, just like there's a different chart of accounts. Because of that chart of accounts, you and I want to change your numbers a little bit, right? But you would know that because you're actually in that industry. You know how, this between this month and this month is slow, blah, 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 blah. But they have trainings every single month. And I'm like, yeah, I'm excited. I like Relay. uh you can start your account today, right? It's free. I don't think I told y'all that. It's free to sign up. All you need is your government ID, your business registration, whether it be articles of organization, or you wouldn't really go into corporation right off the bat. So most likely be LLC. But you need your business paperwork, you need your EIN and your ID. I think I said that already. It takes 10 minutes to sign up, right? Because you don't have to put any money, you don't have to put no money in it. And when you sign up with Relay through NYB, you get $25 in your account when you open it, right? It can be found inside of the community. This is the resource for it, right? That's resource for it. And when you go into the resource, that's where you'll be able to download uh, the spreadsheet that I was demonstrating earlier, right? Because this just helps you figure out what you set this up as. Oh, did I say that it's automatic? When you put your plan inside of Relay, you tell it, oh, you can do this every other day. You could do this once a week. You could do this every 2 weeks. I do mine every day. I make money every day. I'm splitting it up every day. I do mine every day until I can get to a place where that gap is cool because everything's taken care of, everything looks good, it's in place, it's steady. Okay, we can back up. You know what I mean? But I do mine every day. So when money comes into this account, it automatically distributes based on the percentages and categories that I set up while I'm sleeping. I wake up and I'm like, oh, this account is here. Oh, this account is there. That's how I saved up the $550 to go open those accounts because I did something like that, right? But yeah, so you can start your account today. and get your $25 and your spreadsheet to play with. That's what you do. And I didn't show y'all, but there's tabs. There's tabs there. I should have showed y'all because I could have trained you how to use it. But it's a thing for your business budget. Basically, just list your bills, your business budget, and your personal, so that you can learn your numbers, so you can see what the numbers actually are and base things off of the numbers. Just follow the numbers. They'll get you where you want to go. Just follow the numbers, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, I did it twice. I did it. What? Okay. I did do it twice. Say, okay. Last but not least, there's part three. That's the community. That's what we've been talking about all night. That's where all the stuff that we talk about, that's where it's at. It's inside of the community, right? We do give away stuff to people who that attend, but we give away stuff that for people to attend, but mostly everything is found inside of the community. And for time's sake, I'm not going to do the tour. It's about a 6-minute video, but you'll be able to watch that when you go through the onboarding process, which is this. So when you get inside the community, you're going to go to the Start Here NYB Community Guide. Complete the complete the onboarding guide and then sign up and plug in. Use, the tools that are available. Those who have finished the onboarding, their names will be entered into a drawing that we do whenever we get winners. Weekly, every 2 weeks, monthly, whatever. Ah, I need some water. Been talking more than I've been talking in a long time. And then the solopreneur time design. Okay, so remember the slide that Anya put up and she was talking about get back your time, get back your time. And she was talking about the um, time blocking and where you bunch tasks together, and she was giving all that, right? What Anya described is what this course is for you to actually put it together using ChatGPT, answering certain questions so that it helps you break down the pieces and then put it all together so that you run the way that your life is like, oh, I can only work from here to here because after that I pick up my kids, and it's like, it's there to serve you as long as you put it together that way, right? So we're going to leave with these assignments. Assignment for clarity is to start your NYB lifestyle using the 5D philosophy. Decide, discover, develop, deliver, and then dominate. As you noticed, I never showed a slide where I said that I dominated. I'm still on this ride. And I won't be able to claim that until I see others dominate, right? That's my goal. But in all of these different areas, you want to take them through this whole process for each category. And it'll dig deep. It'll dig deep. Part two, your business exercise is to get clear on the following. What's your why? The lifestyle that you want to, do you know what the lifestyle that you want to design is? And the problem that you want to solve and who you want to serve it for, right? You want to solve it for them, right? Who do you want to serve? And does your business, if you're currently in business right now, does your business currently align with the life that you want to live? So it's time to evaluate. Although you do the evaluation on your life categories, you evaluate under business too. It bleeds across all categories. Part three, the community exercise. Join the community if you haven't already. Complete the onboarding. Introduce yourself, explore the courses and the tools and the resources, and start designing your solopreneur life, right? But I have a warning. When you make the decision to design your life on purpose, you're also choosing to take full responsibility of what happens next. No more blaming the job, the algorithm, the past, or the people. You are the driver now, and the destination is yours to create. This is where ownership begins. And this is when things start actually working. Any questions? Please come off the mic. You have any questions about anything that I spoke on this evening?
As you know, I am the biggest cheerleader. So I am over here with my pom poms. Like, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, both you and Kim, for such valuable information. I really, really, really am so happy, thrilled over the moon to be a part of the MYB lifestyle community. Like I said, it has transformed my businesses and my life. So I just wanted to say thank you. That's it. That's all.
Oh,
And
y'all gonna make
go
me cry
team.
tonight. Y'all gonna make me cry tonight. The fact that you see it, like when y'all talk, because, let's tell the truth, they get a lot of time. They get more time with me than anybody, right? They get more time with me than anybody. But when y'all talk, about from your knowledge base, from what you know, and mixed with the conversations that we've had, when y'all write, you support me because you see the same thing that I see. You want the same thing that I want. And it's understandable when we get frustrated, when we think we're doing the wrong thing, when we switch gears, when we rob Peter to pay Paul, when whatever we do, we're going to be there to support each other because we've been there. We've all been there. No judgment. I
No
want to
judgment.
experience something extraordinary. I want to watch you win because
Yeah.
we piece things together for you.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
watch you win.
You
And the fact that
you
y'all see
help
that,
us win. You push us to win. Um, which is huge because we're all each other's accountability partners.
that part.
Um, and when you're in business by yourself, who holds you accountable? You sometimes you oversleep, you don't do what you're supposed to do, you forgot to pay
Right.
that bill. But when you set goals and then share them with people who want to see you succeed, they hold your feet to the fire of the goal that you set for yourself. Because they didn't set it for you. You set it for yourself. So I love y'all being my accountability partners. Could you be like, sis, did you even down to, did you eat today? Right? Did you
Yeah.
take a moment to step away from your business? I know you got the focus block and it had a break on there. Did you skip it? Did you eat? Right? Like not just your businesses, but your personal well-being, your life, your health. So anybody watching this, if you are sitting at home alone like I was when I started Always Thankful in your closet, just working for a company like Arise Virtual Solutions where you take calls from home and you don't have nobody in there with you and you don't feel like getting on the phone today, but you got bills to pay. Join the community. I'll be like, girl, did you get on the phone today? You know you got the bills to pay, right?
Wait, Anya, before I lose it, ooh, please before I lose it, do you see the reciprocity in that? Because
Absolutely.
sometimes we need to hear something good to remind us why we go through the struggles.
Yeah, definitely.
We need to hear something good, like, okay, cool, 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 cool. It worked for her. Yes, Lord Jesus. Now you got another week to get your confidence back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You got cheerleaders, you know what I'm saying? You got accountability partners,
I,
you've
I
got
want
teachers. You got teachers. Go
and
ahead.
also I want to chime in too before I lose it.
Okay.
Not only do we have all of that, this community is amazing, and I want you to use this as a part of your testimonies or whatever. But we also have support. I didn't know, and we gonna take this back a minute, Stephanie. I didn't know that when we did that event last year, my first annual Cinco El Denedro in Colorado Springs, and you drove up and you were a guest speaker for my first event. I didn't know that this year you were going to be a guest speaker here in Phoenix for me as a as my second annual event. She
That's
will be chiming
amazing.
in on Zoom as a guest speaker, so we don't have to be right at home together. We are what they say, home is where the heart is.
Yeah.
And with these ladies, I find a place in their heart, and they definitely have a place in mine. It's called support. I all of my family members are has transitioned, so I don't have a family outside of my kids. I have a brother, but I got two sisters, and I would thank you guys.
Thank you.
The support is amazing. Like, I would be out here struggling all by myself, no business partners, nobody to collab with, nobody to talk. I don't feel that. I don't feel empty. I don't feel alone. I don't feel insecure. I feel ready to go. I got this support here, and you guys are amazing.
And the
You're
best part
amazing.
is you get all of that feeling and you still get to be yourself. They
Yes,
like you for who you are.
for who you are.
Because you're phenomenal. You know what I mean? Like no, for real. When entrepreneurs are special, even the fake ones, they're special because they've taken a bet on themselves. They're like, I could do this by myself. I got it. I got it. And some people run out and they prove themselves spot on. You know what I mean? And it could be harder for others. It was hard for me. It was hard for me.
It's still hard for me. I
And
still
but
struggle and be pulling up Indeed every now and then. I'll be like, I don't want to work nobody's full time nothing. Okay. It's still is hard. But again, my accountability partners, my sisters, my loves text me, I'm going on a route today because we're filling in the blanks where maybe our business may not be on fire that particular week. So we figured out a way to still generate revenue and have
rule number
control of
one.
our own schedules, right? Prioritize revenue making
Activities.
actions,
Yeah.
right? So we figured it out. We figured it out. Okay, this works for me. I don't do outside, y'all. I be outside doing Amazon with the bugs and stuff. But I get inspiration from these two. Go outside, enjoy the weather. I like air conditioning better, but okay. But it still pushes me so that I could continue to follow my dreams and move forward in my businesses, in my life, and maintain the life that I want. I want freedom. I want to be able to go when I want to, not when I don't want to, handle my clients when I want to. I want that freedom. And having this support from these two ladies and the community is just refreshing. That's the word for it for me for today. It's refreshing because I get to wake up and be like, girl, what you doing today? And y'all right there,
Yes.
even though it's a 2 hour difference. And sometimes I got to be mindful of that because I get up at 4:30 a.m. But it's right there and the support and love is always there. So I definitely encourage if you have not joined the community, I dropped that link for y'all in the chat.
Thank you. Thank
Join the community. Let us support you. And yes, MYB is mind your business, but we help you mind your business.
Yes, we do. We do our best because the process that we go through is because we're crafting our own NYB lifestyles. It's like, oh, this worked for me. Let me explain why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, this worked for me. Let me explain that. Yeah, we build off of it's a collective intelligence. It's a collective wisdom. It's a collective life experience. And when I'm down, Kim is up. When Anya's up, I might be down. You know what I mean? Like, and we make that connection and it's like, okay, stay on track. Come on, let's go. Get up, let's go. Let's
You can do
go.
it.
You can do it. Yes, get up, let's go. But yeah,
Let's
I want to close on I want to close on this. Um, I know all three of us, our skin literally crawls, or we might start hyperventilating of the thought of going to work for somebody, right? Hives and twitches of the thought of going to work for somebody. I have to say this. I have to say this. If you have to go back to work, to stick to the plan. It's not a failure.
Right.
It's what you needed to do. And that's who you are, is to do what you needed to do. It's not a failure. Because I used to look at it like a failure, like, oh my God, if they see me back at work, they're gonna be like, what happened to your business? although, although I've had a business and a job, there's times that I've had a business, but I've been on my, I, I don't think I explained that. I've been on my own since 2018 and learning every single day. I've been through so many phases. Them spreadsheets, although I think there's like 12 versions, I've been through more changes than the spreadsheets. Right? Like, because we're figuring it out. We want to be ourselves, but we must know ourselves before we can be ourselves, right? We're just trying to figure it out because we're living life from our own perspective. We're not trying to fit into somebody else's idea, somebody else's plan. I made my own plan. I got a plan. I trust my plan. Watch, I'm gonna follow this plan for 3 months and I'll holler back. Yeah, holler back and bring the money when you come. Because I know you got a nice stack of play money if you ain't spent it, right? I know you do. Because all you had to do was feed the money into this end and everything else you want to do, it will be available. It'll be available for you to do it. The first time I felt this, I filed my taxes. I'm on TurboTax. I used to work for TurboTax, but I worked for TurboTax the year after, but I'm up there, I'm filing my taxes, putting all these numbers in, trying to calculate phones and mileage and blah. I put my stuff in there and I'm waiting to get to the end. And it said $632 is what I owed. I knew I had crossed over because me and my husband had crossed over before. We went from getting a refund to crossing over. So I knew I had crossed over. I had to pay $632. I didn't blink an eye. Where's that gonna, how much time do I have? And where is that gonna come from? And then I didn't blink an eye. I went to the tax account and it said $987. I was like, paid. It kept it pushing. I couldn't go too far because it was COVID. I was stuck in the house. But that's the first time I felt it. I was like, and I felt it on, I felt it a lot of different ways, different experiences, going out with my friends, those once in a year bills and seeing your rent payment 9 days before it's due, just sitting in the account. Like the anxiety that you feel behind money, it just melts away. And the way it melts is because you keep playing with those numbers until you get the right formula for this situation. Because when things get better, I promise you, you need to change your numbers. You need to change your numbers. You need to either spread it out a little bit more, start investing, right? Or you need to increase, but you need to change your numbers according to the situation, right? And that's what you're gonna have to do when you get going and all of that. If you've already had your own business, you kind of know your numbers, and it's easier for you to recognize where this number comes from here. That you understand it, or if you haven't even started your business yet, right? You need to know your numbers. because that's the form, that's where you discover the formula. Just follow the numbers.
Mhm.
And it's all based on your clarity. Because if you're not clear, you're going to be wanting a bunch of shit that ain't going to help you.
That part.
Right? If you're not clear on what you're doing, oh yeah, this is for the yacht party. This is, because that's the lifestyle that you're living at that time. You ain't thinking about planting those seeds. You ain't thinking about being a good steward of your money so that it continues to come to you.
Mhm.
That's what that does. It makes you a good steward of your money. Like I worked hard for that dollar. That dollar got some work to do. Give me that, right? Like, you pay it, it makes you pay attention. And I did it manually and I respect it and I'm grateful for it that I did it manually first. So the understanding is locked. I just gotta feed more stuff into the end so it can really do what it do. You know what I mean? But when you figure out that number, when I was on that slide and I said all I had to make was $125 a day, when you figure out that number, I swear to God, just that will bring down your anxiety because it's clear. You have
Yeah.
clarity, you have a plan, you have proof. It's in writing. Add it up, use a calculator. Bam, it's going to come out the same every single time. 125, 120. So do it and see what happens. That was another epiphany, right? I've been through a lot of them, but this was a blast. I don't think I've ever shared this journey like I did tonight with anybody. I've told people bits and pieces and all that, but to put it all together, I had to like move stuff around because I was like, wait, did that happen first? Did that, I had to play with it for a little bit, but um, yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for your time. I hope you learned something. Holla at me if you got any questions. You can DM me inside the community if you have any questions. Um, I thank y'all for coming. I thank you too, ladies, for traveling this path with me, right? I thank you for, being for showing up for this community and gearing up to serve thousands. Get ready. Get ready.
We
We're
we
not going to
ready?
stop 3 feet from gold. We've put too much brain power into it to feel like it's not going to work, or we've put too much brain power into it. And we continue to put brain power into it based on, oh, I just read this book. Have y'all thought about that? The education continues, the growth continues, the peace and the acceptance for what is right now continues because it right now is what we're working with. Make it happen. Make it happen until I see both of y'all's game. I gotta go. I gotta get some printer paper. I gotta do because I gotta take care of my client. Oh, I gotta cook. I gotta go pick up these supplies. I got another catering. I see y'all's growth. I see it. It's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting.
Going through two printers in 2 months is insane.
Is insane. You've been printing out all kinds of credit re
Hello, hello.
Listen,
She is
you
optimizing credit profiles. Okay. She's a
okay?
credit optimizer.
She's the Optimus Prime of credit. Like she,
Yeah,
yeah, and has helped me. Hmm.
that
Yeah,
part.
Helping.
that's a whole
It
that's a
ain't
whole
over.
nother
It's not over.
that's a whole
Helping.
nother conversation. But
I
yeah.
got you.
I
I
love
just want to
it.
chime in. Hi, everyone. Hey,
Oh,
ladies.
hey,
Hi.
Carolyn.
Hey.
Hi. So I've been on this journey with Stephanie for a while, and I've seen her growth since Empower Network days. And I just, she knows I've been just sitting back, just watching her, watching her growth and seeing where she came from and where she is now. and she's not telling a story about how she's a numbers person. Because I know that from when back in the days when um we book our hotel and she was the one who was taking care of the money part. Like so she's always been that numbers money person. But I just want to say that I'm so proud of her and to see her come from where she was in the past years to where she is now. I'm proud of you, sis. Keep
Thank
moving,
you.
keep doing what you're doing, and there's nothing that can stop you.
Thank you. And yes, we do go way back. And you were actually in the midst when I was in my struggle.
Yes,
You were there.
yes.
So we got this cool picture on the staircase. I love that picture. I love
I love it.
conventions. As you can see, when I was like, I read this book and I went to this convention, I did it. I was always somewhere learning something because
Yes. And
I'm
you're a
just trying to
wealth of
figure it out.
knowledge. You're a wealth of knowledge. And
Thank you.
thank you. I actually I have a friend who is here in New York and she actually has a radio show. And her group, she has a group on Facebook called Sister Chatter. I
Okay.
want to invite all three of you ladies to her group.
Okay.
I'm gonna, put you in her group, and she probably would love for each one of you to be on her radio show. She does a radio show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 1 hour, 6 to 7.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna give you her information. Maybe you guys can reach out and it can expand, like get the word out. Financial literacy is something big. And she also has like different ladies on her radio show every week that brought that, you know, that talks about their business and what they've created. Like the last two shows last week was a lady who was on, she's been on Shark Tank. She created the game called Awkward Games. I don't know if you've seen those games. She's the one who created those
Ooh.
games.
Okay.
The week before that was another lady who created some seasonings called, oh gosh, what was the name of her seasonings? But anyway, both weeks I went on the website and bought. Okay. So, but to support because I love supporting,
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm definitely gonna share the information. Her group and her business is called Sister Chatter.
Okay.
She's all about um women empowerment and expanding. So I think this is really good. So
Thank you. Thank you
you're
for
Thank
welcome.
coming.
you.
Thank you for coming and thank you for those kind words. And I love you, sis. I love
I
you.
love you more. So we'll definitely be talking. I'm gonna reach out to you and just let me know when you're available. I know you're
Okay.
a busy woman.
I got time blocks. Holla at 'em.
Oh, yes, you do.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ladies. I enjoyed every
Thank
one
you,
of you and
Carolyn.
every one of you. I learned a lot. I took screenshots. I took notes.
Good,
Thank
good.
you. Thank
And
you.
that's
So
that
glad
that
you're
means a
here.
lot because we started off, together in this internet marketing arena. So
Yes.
that means a lot. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It's amazing. That's
Thank you.
beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go cry in the shower,
Look,
y'all.
I'm glad I'm not on
Like,
video because I have tears like literally running down my face right now. So
I
Oh
know,
man.
right? What a blessing. What a blessing.
Thank
I
you.
love you guys.
Love
thank
you.
you.
All
Thank
right. Thank
you.
you for coming, everybody. Good night and God
yes.
Good
bless.
night.
Thank you
Good
so
night. God
much.
bless.
Good night.
Good night.